the son of Moon and Wolf. It was the will of the elders, as it had been for generations before us. Each child who wished to be called a warrior had to enter the forest naked and unarmed. The cold would judge us. The moon would witness us. Only those who returned with the skin of a wolf would be reborn as men. We left together. The snow burned under our feet and the moon hung low above the black trees. We looked back once at the fire of the village, then we stepped into the silence. Every step deeper into the forest felt like leaving part of myself behind. Many returned quickly, wrapped in pelts and silence, their eyes darker than before. Some never returned at all. I wandered for weeks. The cold bit, but I bit back. I drank melted snow and ate roots. I used bark and stone to make tools. I was learning to listen to the language of the forest. One day, I killed a deer. I used its hide for warmth, its antlers and bones for a weapon. From the antler and a long branch, I made a spear. The meat I used as bait to lure what I was searching for. Then I saw him, the Alpha. He stood at the edge of the clearing, half hidden by fog. His fur was darker than the night itself. His eyes caught the moonlight and turned it into gold. He was enormous, larger than any wolf I had ever imagined. Yet there was nothing clumsy in his movement. He walked like a shadow that had learned to breathe. I stopped. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. The spear felt small in my hands, like a toy made by a child. The wind shifted, carrying his scent. Wild, old, filled with the iron taste of blood and snow. He looked at me, and I knew he understood. This was no hunt. This was judgment. He ran. I threw the spear. The sound was sharp, cutting through the silence. For a heartbeat, I thought I had missed, and then he stumbled. His breath left him in a cloud that shimmered under the moon. I fell to my knees beside him. His eyes still glowed, even as life began to leave them. He did not snarl or bite. He only watched me. It felt as if he wanted me to see something. Not his death, but his release. I touched his fur and whispered, "Forgive me. I did not know you were also me." The forest was completely still. Even the wind had stopped. I stayed there for a long time, waiting for the rise and fall of breath that never came. The moon climbed higher, turning everything to silver. Only then did I stand. I carried him to a high stone that looked over the valley. The moon watched me climb. I laid him down and asked the gods to return his soul to the forest. Then I heard them. One by one, the wolves appeared from the shadows. First 2, then 5, then more, until a full circle surrounded me. Their eyes glowed softly in the moonlight. None attacked. They simply sat, their breath-forming clouds in the cold air. Then one began to howl, a deep, trembling sound that reached far beyond the trees. Another joined, then another, until the forest was filled with the voices of the pack. I looked at the dead wolf before me, and without thinking, I lifted my head and howled with them. The air trembled. The snow shimmered. The clouds opened and the moon shone brighter than ever. The howls became one sound, a bridge between the earth and the sky. From the body of the wolf, light began to rise. It took shape, slow and graceful, the spirit of the Alpha, made of breath and silver light. His eyes found mine, and in them I saw forgiveness. And something more, recognition. He touched my chest, and I felt fire and cold at the same time. The light entered me. Something ancient awoke inside. When I returned to the village, I saw smoke and flames. Men in armor had come. They burned and killed without mercy. Houses collapsed, children cried, and the air was filled with the screams of the dying. I ran into the fire, my hands bare, my heart burning. I saw my people fall, one by one, and then the spirit within me roared awake. My body began to change. Bones stretched, skin tore, and fur grew where fear had lived. I could smell the fear of men, the metal of their blades, the blood of my kin. My heartbeat became thunder. I was no longer human. I was the son of Moon and Wolf. Together with the wolves that had followed me, I attacked. We moved like one mind. The soldiers tried to fight, but they could not understand what they faced. When it was over, the fire was dying and silence returned. Among the ashes I found survivors. I knelt beside them. I pressed my hand against their wounds and let my blood flow into them. The moon shone bright above us. My blood began to glow. Their wounds closed. Their eyes opened, silver like mine. They were changed, not cursed, but chosen. Some became wolfmen, standing tall but carrying the wild inside. Others became wolf beings, four-legged and pure instinct. We were two kinds, yet one family. We buried the dead and swore to protect the living. I saw one soldier still alive, crawling away. I let him go. "Tell them what you saw," I said. "Tell them the forest remembers." That night I returned to the high stone. The spirit wolf appeared beside me. He did not speak with words, but I understood him. Watch, protect, remember. Those were the laws of our kind. In time we learned control. We could change under sun or moon. The wolfmen kept reason. The wolf beings kept instinct. Together we guarded the balance. We followed the trail of the soldiers back to their camp. The banners waved like black wings. The smell of sweat and metal filled the air. Hundreds of men stood in rows of steel and pride. Only 10 of us stood there. 10 men, 12 wolves. That was all. They began to laugh. Is this what the forest sends? 10 half-wild boys and a pack of dogs. Their voices mocked. I stepped forward. "If you think we are so few," I said, "then come and fight. But remember, when you mock the forest answers." The horns blew. The attack began. The first wolf leapt forward and changed midair. Bones shifted. Fur melted into skin. The howl turned into a roar. He landed on 2 legs, tall and glowing with silver fire. At the same time, the men beside me changed. Their arms grew thick with fur, their fingers became claws. They were no longer men or beasts, but both. The soldiers hesitated. Then fear took hold. When their blades cut into our skin, the wounds closed instantly. Flesh healed under moonlight. Panic spread. They fought without aim. The air filled with the smell of iron and terror. What happened next? Let silence keep it. The ground ran red, and the valley remembered. When it was done, we stood beneath the moon. The wolves that had fought beside us offered their own blood, asking for the same gift we had shared. So I gave it. Man became wolf. Wolf became man. That night we stopped being a tribe. We became a legend. If you walk the forest when the moon is full and you hear a cry that chills and comforts you at once, it may be us. We are not monsters. We are memory. We are the guardians of the old ways. I am the son of moon and wolf, human enough to love, wolf enough to protect. And wherever I go, the forest walks beside me.